Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to a new video. Me and Tristan are going to be watching 10 major signs before the judgment day, the final days.
The hadith is in Sahih Muslim that our Prophet ﷺ came across the Sahaba one day. They were sitting in the masjid. He came and they were having a heated discussion. So he said to them, "What are you discussing?" So they said, "We are talking about when Qiyamah will happen. We're talking about making a guess, when will Qiyamah happen?" So the Prophet ﷺ said, "Qiyamah will not happen until you see its 10 signs." So now he said there are 10 signs that are directly linked to Qiyamah. There are 10 that are definitely in a different category. Qiyamah will not happen until you see its 10 signs. Then he mentioned them one by one, and I'm going to quickly list them now, and inshallah later on in our series we'll go over each one of them in a lot of detail. Number one, he said the dukhan. Dukhan is a dust, smoke, smog, the dukhan. And by the way, all 10 of these are specific. These are not trends. All 10 of these are one-off incidents. So these 10, it is a clear-cut sign. Something major is going to happen, catastrophic, cataclysmic, and everybody will recognize this is one of those major signs. So number one, the dukhan. Now, and this is not in order, we're going to mention this. This is just 10 that he said. They don't necessarily be in this order. Number two, the Dajjal. And that is a long discussion, we'll talk about that. Number three, the Dabba. And the Dabba is the beast. And he's mentioned in the Quran. Number four, the rising of the sun from...
This is what, Gog Magog?
I think it's Juj and Majuj. I don't know 100%. Now I'm not too sure, but I think that's what it is. I think so. Don't quote me 100%.
the west. So the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. One day it will rise from the west. Number five, Nuzulu Isa ibn Maryam, the coming down of Isa ibn Maryam. Okay, this is a specific incident, and that is not ambiguous at all, very clear. Number six, Ya'juj and Ma'juj, and the coming of Ya'juj and Ma'juj.
Yeah, so I don't really know what the beast is. I'd have to probably look into that, to be honest with you.
Okay, that is a major sign, and we'll talk about them and some of the problems that are raised by this issue. We'll talk about it very frankly when we get to inshallah. Number 7, 8, and 9, 3 zalazil, 3 earthquakes that will shake the world. There's going to be major. This isn't a regional earthquake. These are earthquakes that essentially the world will know it is an earthquake. 3 zalazil that will shake the world. In one hadith, each next one will be bigger than the first one. So it's going to be 3 consecutive earthquakes that are, the whole world will know that there is an earthquake taking place. And then he said, وَآخِرُهُنَّ, the last of these signs, number 10, the last of these signs is a blazing fire that...
Well, with earthquakes, there's always there's the big earthquake, and then there's more that comes with it usually when it happens.
Yeah, but he's saying that there'll be one. The one won't be that big. The second one will be bigger than the first, and the last one will be bigger than all of them.
But is it shaking the entire earth?
From what it's saying, I don't know 100%. Maybe some of you guys can help, but I don't think I read into that one either so far. Some of these I don't really know. Like the beast one and this one, I'm not too sure. The other ones I'm fairly aware of.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure actually.
will emanate in Yemen and will force the people towards Ard al-Mahshar, or the land of resurrection. The land of resurrection. The very last sign of Judgment Day will be the fire that will force people to gather in one place, and that will be the end of humanity in that one place, which is going to be in Bilad al-Sham, as we will come to when we come to it. In another hadith he said, anytime one of these 10 comes, expect the other to come immediately after. So these 10 are like dominoes, one after the other. These 10, when the first one comes, khalas, the rest are going to follow very, very quickly. And the first of these 10, without a doubt, is the coming of Isa ibn Maryam. This is the first of these 10. The first of these 10 is the coming of Isa ibn Maryam. And when Isa comes,
first of the 10 is the coming of Jesus, but then that means that a lot of other bad stuff is going to happen after.
Yeah, it means like they'll come one
but
by
I
one.
thought the Deja is the first, the Antichrist or whatever.
And you know what? I thought that too, but I think what he's trying to say is in terms of after Jesus comes, the rest will just happen right after.
But I feel like if Jesus comes and then the Dajjal comes after, people already see Jesus as like
No.
miracles of Jesus.
So Dajjal will come before. That's how I learned it too, and maybe you guys can clear it up too. But Dajjal will come before, and then once Jesus comes, the rest will just happen like so fast, one after the other type of thing.
Comes, the rest of these are going to come one by one, and that's it. Qiyamah will take place very shortly after the coming of Isa ibn Maryam. And the last of the minor signs links the first of the major signs. Let me repeat. The last of the minor signs links the first of the major signs. The last of the minor signs is the coming of the Mahdi. The coming of the Mahdi is the last of the minor signs. And the Mahdi will be alive and will interact with the first of the major signs, and that is who? Isa ibn Maryam. So, the Mahdi and the Isa will coexist at the same time, same place, interact with one another, and it is literally as if the minor is coming to an end and the major is beginning, and then that's it, the rest will go from there until Qiyamah.
But why do you guys believe Jesus comes back and not like Muhammad or someone else?
That's a good question. Actually, to be honest, I don't even know, but it's because Jesus, Jesus, he never lived his actual life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he died, he was, I think, around 33 years old when they claim he was crucified.
Yeah.
When Jesus comes back, he's gonna have a family, he's gonna have kids, he's gonna live like a normal person, he's gonna die with, like, humans as well. Like, he's gonna actually die at that time. So right now, he isn't dead. Like, God raised him up into paradise because he wouldn't want one of his prophets to be essentially like killed. Like,
But
he
was
made Mother
Muhammad
Mary.
killed?
Huh?
Was Muhammad killed?
No, he died. I think he just died of natural causes, like old age. So Prophet Muhammad died, and when Jesus dies, there's a spot right next to the Prophet, peace be upon him, where Jesus is going to be buried. Like, his grave is already set there at beside the Prophets, so they'll be buried together.
Okay, but wouldn't now you say that Jesus is somewhat more special if he's technically the guy to come back and stuff?
Not necessarily, no.
So kind of what Christians and Catholics and whatever all those kind of believe with Jesus would kind of make a lot of sense because he's the one who's coming back. He's the one who still hasn't really died. It's been 2,000 years or whatever, right? So wouldn't that just mean that he's kind of more special but not even like human if he's still alive? And if God just kind of brought him to heaven?
Not necessarily, because he made a promise to Mary that nothing will hurt your child. So if God makes you a promise, he keeps that promise. So that's why he's...
So, but if God makes you that promise... Oh, God made that promise to Mary.
Yeah, that nothing will hurt your child. So why is he going to let him be crucified? That's basically God lying to, like, Mother Mary, saying, like, oh yeah, I lied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not fair to her. And God is the truth. Like, he knows everything. He's the all-wise. He knows everything that's going to happen before it happens. Like, can you imagine, like, he knew I was going to do this before I did it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I could have done anything. I could have said any word or anything. And, yeah, that's the thing about it.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. But it's funny because, like, we believe in Jesus too. But a lot of Christians hate Muslims because it's like, yo, you guys, they think we're so far away. But, bro, we're the only people... Christians and Muslims are the only people who actually believe in Jesus. But yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Drop some videos below that you think Tristan should watch. And have a good day. May Allah guide us all. Bye, guys.